Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Everything is Bad New Fangled Motion Picture Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Everything is Bad New Fangled Motion Picture Show. I'm your host, Niall.
And I'm Nolan.
And today we're going to be reviewing the latest in Sony's Venom Cinematic Universe.
The Venomverse.
The Venomverse. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. So, real quick, we are going to be doing a spoiler-free review, which is a pretty big spoiler in this one.
Yeah.
And then we'll give you a spoiler warning and get more in depth into it after that. And if no one could figure out how to work it in YouTube Studio, there will be a mark on the timeline on the video that shows where the spoiler starts.
Yeah, it's just, I've never done it, so it's not like I've tried and failed. It's just I just haven't bothered before. But
yep,
I figure I oughta.
Yep. So if that's down there, he figured it out. If it's not, he didn't, or just couldn't be bothered. So
more likely that.
Yeah. So you may know that we skipped a movie review. Just I'm gonna throw this out there. We didn't review Cry Macho.
We saw Cry Macho.
We saw Cry Macho. We were just so unopinionated on that movie.
It's just.
So here's our mini review of Cry Macho. Meh. I'm gonna forget that movie. Like every plot point of that movie.
Yeah. There were only two performances that were
not awful.
Not awful.
Yep. So it's a super meh, and we just couldn't be bothered because
one of them wasn't the kid.
Yeah.
Like it was Clint Eastwood and this Mexican woman.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically we didn't review it because we did not have strong opinions about it one way or the other, and we were just so unaffected, or unimpacted by the movie. So
there's our little
mini review of Cry Macho.
Yep.
Anyway, so moving on to our full big boy review of Venom Let There Be Carnage. So first of all, this movie moves 1,000,000 miles an hour.
It's only like 90 minutes.
It's 90 minutes long, and there's like,
I don't know, it feels like they cram a lot into that 90 minutes.
Yeah. It's just like boom, 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 just one plot point right after the other.
Yeah. And it's just kind of okay. Like, it's not a bad movie. If you liked the first one, you'll like this one.
So the plot is very much okay.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Brock and Venom, very entertaining. I actually really liked that. Like, the way they interacted with each other and stuff throughout the movie. I thought that was pretty cool.
Woody Harrelson was
Woody Harrelson was sort of hamming it up.
Well, he was
points.
being Woody Harrelson, but Woody Harrelson's just usually entertaining
to
watch.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't as extreme as he is in Zombieland or anything, but
no, but yeah, it definitely hamming it up a bit. So
yeah, I will say sometimes the CG was a little rough.
Yeah, there were a couple times.
I mean, I've seen a lot worse, but sometimes it's pretty good, and sometimes you're looking at it like, it's just not at the level that I'm used to expecting nowadays, you know?
From like a modern blockbuster comic book movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, otherwise, movie is fairly formulaic, as far as these superhero movies have become.
Yeah, it was very predictable.
Like, there's like history's biggest Chekhov's gun. It's revealed like 2 minutes into the movie or something. Like as soon as you said it, you just leaned over and went, "So this is gonna happen, right?" And I was like, "Yep," and that's exactly what happened.
Right.
We'll cover that in the spoiler part. I mean, like I said, it's not really a spoiler. Like, anyone watching this movie should be able to figure that out instantly, but still.
But if you're watching this before seeing the movie,
yeah, I suppose. But like I said, it literally is like in the first scene.
Yeah. Well, also apparently, like, everyone went to see this movie anyway.
Yeah,
it's got like historically biggest opening for a movie in October.
And it was the biggest opening for a movie, a domestic opening for a movie since the COVID shutdowns happened.
Yeah.
So,
But it's not on streaming, so that helps.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, otherwise it's, some Venom and Carnage fight. Like, that's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Venom and Carnage are gonna fight. Yes. Oh, dude, like that. Oh, that scene where you like first get to see Carnage do stuff.
Yeah.
In the prison.
Mm-hmm.
That was some rough CG.
Yeah, and like sometimes it was fine, but sometimes you're just like, I think this was a little hurried.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was fine. I don't really have a lot of complaints about the movie, just that
it's pretty unremarkable.
Right.
It's got a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb, and that feels
appropriate.
Yeah. Oh, so IMDb says it's an hour and 37. Our Fandango tickets said it was 90 minutes. Whatever. It's a very short movie.
Yeah.
Especially because like hour and 45 seems to be the bottom end of things these days. So
anyway, I don't know what else we can say about it.
Yeah.
Throw up a spoiler warning here.
Yeah. So yeah, the big Chekhov's gun is
Shriek.
Yeah, Cletus's girlfriend.
Frances Barrison.
Yeah, so she has
also known as Shriek.
Did you look at her origin from the comics or anything after the movie?
No.
That feels like a X-Men power.
Yeah, she is. I know I've read comics with her, but I'm not familiar with the character.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure I've read something with her though. Like I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I recognize that.
But so she has this ability to like yell, and it's
like
super powerful. And
yeah, it's like ultrasonic, like
yeah. And as
like
soon
a
as
DC character,
as soon as that
Black Canary.
Yeah. And as soon as that happened, you leaned over and went, so she's gonna be used to kill Carnage, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, definitely. So, another spoiler thing is I guess Eddie Brock's or the detective played by Stephen Graham, Detective Mulligan. At the end, he's like, I guess his character in the comics becomes another symbiote person.
Okay. Like, because there was a scene. Did like some of Carnage remain on him or something?
It must have, because his eyes got all weird, like it was significant.
Yeah.
And then the third big spoiler is the post credits or the mid credit. Post or mid credits? Mid credits. So yeah, Venom and Eddie Brock like go on the run because like the cops are gonna be after Eddie Brock because he's been at all these scenes of all these crimes going on.
And it looks like he probably killed several people.
Yeah.
When it wasn't him. It was either Carnage or Venom.
Right. And so they're on the run. So they're in this like rundown shitty hotel, and Venom's like, I can show you. He says something about like I could show you, the knowledge that the symbiote collective has gained over the millennia or whatever, and he's like, so he's like gonna, I don't know, transfer this knowledge into Eddie Brock or something, and like things get all weird, like the lights get all weird, and there's like this weird vibrating, and then you think like, oh, this must be like what Eddie's seeing or something, right? And then it like hard cuts, and he's in a different hotel room in some like tropical resort somewhere. There's like palm trees out the back window and stuff.
And the TV's on.
The TV's on, and it's the news broadcast from the end of Spider-Man: Far From Home. With J. Jonah Jameson revealing that Spider-Man killed Mysterio, and all that, and it's the current. I mean, it's Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Standing, on the screen, and Venom seems to be just immediately antagonistic towards Spider-Man.
Right. It was kind of weird, but so he got brought into the MCU.
Right. So I predict that we won't see Venom in the next Spider-Man movie, though. People,
maybe at a post-credit scene.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's gonna be in a post-credit scene, and it will set up for either the next Venom movie to be Venom versus Spider-Man, or the next Spider-Man movie be Spider-Man versus Venom. Because people were like, "Oh, is Venom going to be part of the Sinister Six in the next Spider-Man movie?" No, I don't think so.
No, well, he was never part of the Sinister Six
right.
to begin with.
But I guess people are saying that because we're missing Rhino. And Paul Giamatti has said that he's not in it. He's not in the movie. So, people, I guess, were suggesting, because we got, these other guys.
Yeah.
We know Electro's in it. We know Doc Ock is in it. We know the Green Goblin is in it. But, who else was... Sandman was one, right?
Yes.
I think. But that dude's,
And Mysterio.
Well, Mysterio's dead, and then the dude who played Sandman in Spider-Man 2? 3. Oh, yeah, that was the Venom one.
Yeah.
That's right. He's, said he's not in it, I guess. So
Topher Grace was Eddie Brock in that.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, I don't... Well, guys, we're missing half the Sinister Six.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen. So, but
I don't see them also making the coolest form of Venom where he latches on to Flash Thompson.
Yeah.
Because in the current MCU, Flash Thompson is not the sort of guy who would go off and be a war hero and special forces.
Right.
He's not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's a totally different kind of Flash Thompson.
Yeah. I mean, they could have brought in a different Flash Thompson, though.
That's true. People get a Flash Thompson crossover from a different universe.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the big reveal, and I was kind of thinking that that's what they were gonna do because when they started doing the preview screenings for Venom, people were freaking out.
Excited, yeah.
People were really excited and freaking out about the post-credit scene or the mid-credit scene, and I was like, "It's Venom. It's Venom 2. What the hell could it possibly be other than he's now in the MCU via multiverse bullshit?"
Right.
Is the only thing that made sense for people to be that excited over, and boom, I was right. As usual. So.
Yeah, when it comes to predicting Venom being in the multiverse, you are 100% success rate.
Exactly. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, which is just cool because, like I said, I like Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, and I like Venom, the way they have the characters.
They weren't at all any problem with the movie.
No.
Just the plot was it was kind of rushed and it was very predictable. And it had a very early 2000s feel to it.
Yeah, it felt very much like an early 2000s comic book movie. But with them doing that, it just opens the door for, well, now they have an easy excuse to bring in X-Men and Deadpool and Fantastic Four.
Right.
Although they're going to have to recast Fantastic Four.
Again. No, they bring in the Fantastic Four from the first two movies, and then they also bring back Chris Evans as the Human Torch.
Much older.
Yeah, but it's still Chris Evans, the Human Torch, and they could have a scene with him, and then also Captain America, and they do the Spider-Man pointing thing.
You wouldn't bring in what's his name? Killmonger.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, because he was in the.
Yeah, he was.
Is he also?
He was the Human Torch.
Is he also the Human Torch?
He was the Human
Okay,
Torch.
you're gonna have to forgive us. We never gave a shit about Fantastic Four. We never saw
in Fant4stic.
Yeah, we've never given a shit about Fantastic Four, so we definitely didn't see those movies, especially since they were their own thing.
Yeah, when they announced, like,
universe.
I was like, I read the comics. Why would I want to watch the movies about a bunch of douchebags? Because that's how they are in the comics.
Oh man, yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah, so
that's Venom. Let There Be Carnage.
Yep.
The next movie we're gonna be reviewing is gonna be No Time to Die, right? That's the name of the next Bond movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. What's upcoming? Coming soon, according to IMDb. You know, there are people that like don't default to IMDb for movie information.
Where else would you go?
Like Wikipedia, I guess.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, bunch of maniacs.
Mm-hmm. Psychopaths.
Yep. All right, let's see here. Yeah, No Time to Die comes out this coming weekend, so we'll be seeing that. Hiccups. Let's see. The Last Duel, which looks pretty cool. Ridley Scott movie with Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and Adam Driver. We got a bunch of stuff in October. Dune and The French Dispatch and Ron's Gone Wrong all come out on the same weekend. We might space that out because the only thing that comes out the last weekend of the month, Halloween weekend, is Antlers and Last Night in Soho. And we're not sure on Last Night in Soho yet, although there was a new trailer when we saw Venom that was way better than the previous trailers and definitely makes it look more interesting.
Yeah, I was a lot more intrigued
because the previous trailers were like just the hook for the world in question. This was actually like some plot elements, so you're like, oh, okay, that's what the actual conflict is in this movie.
Yeah.
Then November we got Eternals. Obviously, we're gonna see that because next MCU movie.
Still not super interested in it though.
No. But that's kind of where we're at with the MCU. Like, everyone's gonna go see it just so they're up to date. Especially since it's not like, not like Black Widow, where it's just sort of this tangent in the middle of Civil War that had nothing to do with anything, or I guess between Civil War and Infinity War, right?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that had like no bearing on the overall story, so that one was like skippable for most people. But this one, it's like, no, it's the next thing. Like, this is furthering the MCU storyline.
Maybe it'll surprise us and it'll be pretty good, but so far from the trailers, I just haven't been interested.
I guess one of the Eternals is Gilgamesh. I don't know anything about the Eternals. That was something that was like a mid-2000s comic, right?
I guess.
Yeah, one of the Eternals is Gilgamesh. So that's kind of cool, I guess. But that's pretty much all there is. There's also Ghostbusters Afterlife, which we're gonna go see. You're probably more excited for that movie than I am. I just
probably
kind of never gave a shit about Ghostbusters.
Heresy.
I don't know. House of Gucci, another Ridley Scott movie. And with a stacked cast, so might be seeing that.
Yeah.
And then, what do we think about this Enchanto movie, Nolan? It's that Disney movie. A young Colombian girl has to face the frustration of being the only member of her family without magical powers.
Sounds tough. I don't know. I've only seen the. I didn't even know that much about it. I've only seen the poster.
I saw a teaser come up on IMDb or on. Oh, I said I'm on IMDb. I saw a teaser come up on YouTube and I just skipped it. So I don't know. Nolan's really excited for West Side Story. December. So yeah, Spider-Man: No Way Home, The Matrix, The Kingsman. That's all super exciting for us. And that's what's closing out the year. So, bunch of stuff to see through the end of the year. October is particularly busy, so that's cool. Yeah. If any of that sounds of interest to you, come back, check it out. We're gonna be reviewing pretty much all of that we talked about, except for West Side Story. I was joking about that one.
Yeah. Sharks for life.
And yeah, come back next week or this coming weekend for depending on when this goes up and whenever we get around to it for our No Time to Die review. We're definitely going to be reviewing that. Anything else, Dad?
Nah.
All right. So yeah, I guess until next time. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Toodles.